everybody. I've got another good book that really goes along with everything we're looking at this week. It's called And the Good Brown Earth, and it shows us a little bit of how we grow our plants and the plants that we can grow that turn into food for us to eat, like vegetables. So let's read and see if there's anything we remember, anything we can learn. When Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too. It was nearly winter. "Now's digging time," said Graham, and she picked up her spade and dug that ground into big old lumps. Joe dug too. He made a hole and a heap and a squashy place for squelching in. So you guys look, they're digging in what? We learned this. Our plants, our seeds need to grow in the dirt. So there's a whole bunch of dirt. It's brown. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. What's the season, you guys? It turned into winter. Look at all that snow. So much snow. Brrr, cold. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and there was snow on the ground. Joe ran and jumped and slid and whooped. Graham stood and looked. "Now's thinking time," said Graham, thinking about all the things in her gardening book. Joe thought too. He thought up a snowman. See, it's winter. They can't really garden. They have to wait until it turns nice. Look, it turned to spring. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and there was spring in the air. "Now's planting time," said Graham, and she raked out the loose earth, smooth as breadcrumbs, and planted seeds in long, straight rows. Joe planted too, lots of seeds, here, there, and who knows where. So look, you see, she's planting all kinds of seeds, and the seeds have to go in the dirt. There's so many seeds. Look, there's a little trail here of all the seeds going into the dirt. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and the birds were singing, the trees were flowering, and the rain and the sun were chasing each other across the sky. You see, you remember our plants need water, like from the rain, and they need sun, which is what made this pretty rainbow. "Now's watching time," said Graham, keeping an eye on those hungry birds, and she made a scarecrow and stuck it in the ground. Joe watched too. "Graham, Graham," he shouted, "there are green spikes coming up." So you see, the rain and the sun made all these little stems and these little leaves pop up. Look at that. See over here, I see some more. So they're starting to grow these seeds. Next time Graham and Joe went to the vegetable patch, it was green all over. "Now's weeding time," said Graham, and she picked up her long-handled hoe and grubbed up all those weeds between her vegetable rows. Joe pulled up a few weeds too. At least he hoped they were weeds. Then he rolled in the long grass and sang. So look, she's got to get rid of all those weeds or the kind of like bad plants so that all of her vegetables can grow. And you see him over here, he's just having a great time rolling around in the grass. There's so much grass there. Next time Graham and Joe went to the vegetable patch, it was hot, hot, hot. The plants were drooping and the earth was dry. "Uh-oh," said Graham. "Now's watering time. Look, they need to make sure they keep watering the plants. They need all that water so they can grow and they can live." And she hooked up the hose to the old tap and ran it on the plants, sweet as rain. Joe watered too, mainly himself, and he gave Graham the second ripe strawberry. Soon Joe's mom and pa took the whole family to the beach, and Graham and Joe went too. "Now's resting time," said Graham, stretching out for a snooze. The sun shone and the breeze blew. But look, it's super sunny. Hopefully that sun is helping out that garden back home. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. Day after golden day until the next time Gram went to the vegetable patch, and Joe came too, of course. What did they find? Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow! There were Gram's plants standing tall and ripe and lush. Look at all those plants. I see some lettuce, some flowers, some other pretty plants over here. Everything grew. It's so nice and tall and green. And there were Joe's, higgly-piggly, tangly, fantastic. Look at everything that grew for Joe. He's got pumpkins. He's got some tomatoes. I think I see some corn. He's got so much stuff growing in his garden. Joe jumped up and down and hugged and hugged and hugged his own Gram tight. But what? But how? But who? Asked Joe. Gram hugged him back. You'd have to ask the good brown earth, she said. Then she took her long-pronged fork and opened up the ground, and there were pale brown potatoes like buried treasure, and carrots and parsnips and beets. You see, you guys, all of these good things grow under the ground. Some of our vegetables and our plants grow under the ground. So I see some potatoes. I see some carrots. There's some parsnip and beets. They all grow in the dirt. Now's gathering time, said Gram, filling her basket. And Joe gathered too. Beans and greens, ladybugs and grasshoppers, dandelions and fat tomatoes, and he ate so many blackberries that purple juice ran all down his chin. Where's your chin? You see? All that purple on his chin. And when they'd finished gathering, Gram and Joe loaded up the wheelbarrow and set off home, ready for feasting time. Look at that. They're bringing home that big pumpkin. They're bringing home that big pumpkin. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. And that's the end. So you guys, now that we learned a little bit about how we grow our different plants, maybe you guys could try to plant some at home. You could plant some seeds either to grow some flowers or to grow some fruits and vegetables. Definitely, if you plant anything, send me pictures. Have fun!